it's a team of rookies versus a team of veteran players. Now, the team of rookies will be the Carolina Panthers since they drafted Bryce Young with the first overall pick, and they will be a collection of the highest rated players drafted in the 2023 NFL Draft. The New Orleans Saints will be the team of veteran players since they have plenty of older players on their roster, and they will be a collection of the highest rated players with at least 10 years experience in the NFL. They will compete in a collection of challenges in practice mode, mini games, franchise mode, and a Super Bowl matchup to decide the winner. The team of rookies will be led by Bryce Young, who was drafted first overall by the Carolina Panthers, and backing him up will be CJ Stroud, who went second overall to the Texans. At running back, Bijan Robinson is the highest rated rookie in Madden 24, coming in at 81 overall. Backing him up will be Jahmyr Gibbs from the Detroit Lions, and then we also have Miami Dolphins' Devin Achane. Jackson Smith-Njigba was the first receiver taken in this year's draft by the Seattle Seahawks, and he is the highest rated wide receiver rookie. We also added Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, Quentin Johnson, Jonathan Mingo, and Tank Dell to close out the rest of the receiver core. As a Cowboys fan, I would have loved to add Dalton Kincaid to our team, but he ended up going to the Buffalo Bills in the first round, and he'll be our tight end number 1. Backing him up will be Michael Mayer and Sam Laporta. The offensive line includes Broderick Jones of the Steelers, Peter Skoronsky of the Titans, Don Schmitz of the Giants, Steve Avila of the Rams, and Paris Johnson Jr. of the Cardinals. The highest rated defensive rookie in Madden 24 is Jalen Carter. He had some off-field issues right before the draft, which caused his draft stock to go down, and he was drafted 9th by the Philadelphia Eagles. Backing him up will be Mazi Smith of the Cowboys and Brian Breesy of the Saints. Will Anderson Jr. was drafted by the Texans with the number 3 pick, and some NFL analysts compare him to Von Miller. Will McDonald and Miles Murphy will be the other edge rushers on the team of rookies. Moving on to the linebackers, Tyree Wilson was drafted 7th by the Raiders, and he'll slot in at right outside linebacker. Lucas Van Ness and Nolan Smith Jr. will be the left outside linebackers on the team, and Jack Campbell will be the starting middle linebacker. Brian Branch was drafted in the 2nd round by the Detroit Lions, and he's the highest rated safety at 75 overall. Backing him up is Sidney Brown of the Eagles, and Jartarius Martin will be the starting free safety. The cornerbacks on this team are actually really solid. Devin Witherspoon at a 78 overall, Christian Gonzalez at a 77 overall, Deontay Banks and Emmanuel Forbes at a 76, followed by Joey Porter Jr. at a 75. At kicker, the rookies have Jake Moody, and at punter, they have Bryce Behringer. Thank you to Pristine Auction for sponsoring today's video. PristineAuction.com is the most trusted sports memorabilia and collectibles auction site out there. On PristineAuction.com, the options start at just $1, and each day there are over 1,000 autographed items available from your favorite players that can be won at an affordable price. And they have just about every player that you could want. I'm talking Justin Jefferson, Patrick Mahomes, and even Tom Brady. And you can rest assured that every item on PristineAuction.com comes with a certificate of authenticity from the industry's most reputable authenticators. And the best part, if you sign up and use registration code UPANDATEM, not only will you get $10 off your first item won, you will also be entered in a giveaway to win this signed Tyreek Hill Miami Dolphins helmet. So here's your chance to win. All you have to do is click the link in the description and use registration code UPANDATEM to enter the giveaway. The giveaway winner will be drawn on August 31st, and a huge thanks to PristineAuction.com for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back into it. As for the team of veterans, Aaron Rodgers has played in the NFL for 18 seasons, winning 1 Super Bowl and 4 NFL MVP awards. He is currently 39 years old, and he will be the starting quarterback at an 86 overall. The highest rated running backs in Madden 24 with over 10 years experience is Cordero Patterson and Latavius Murray. Kyle Juszczyk is 33 years old and is now entering his 11th season in the NFL. The wide receiver group is really good. DeAndre Hopkins coming in at a 93 overall, Keenan Allen at an 89 overall, Adam Thielen at an 83, and Marvin Jones Jr. at a 78. Moving on to the tight end position, Travis Kelce is part of the 99 club in Madden 24, and he'll be our starting tight end. Backing him up is 12-year vet Jimmy Graham. The offensive line includes Trent Williams, Joel Bitonio, Jason Kelsey, Ryan Zaitler, and Lane Johnson. Von Miller is the highest rated defensive player on this roster, who has 12 years experience, and he has won 2 Super Bowls, one with the Broncos and one with the Rams. Joining him on the defensive line is another 12-year vet, Cam Jordan. The 2 defensive tackles will be Fletcher Cox and Al Wood. Levante David and Demario Davis will be the 2 middle linebackers on this team. They both have 11 years experience, and they're both over 90 overall. Alongside them will be Chandler Jones, and I had to go with Shaq Barrett since there was only one left outside linebacker with 9 years experience. Another Saints player stays on the team with Tyrann Mathieu as free safety number 1 with his 10 years experience in the NFL. Joining him at safety is going to be Harrison Smith of the Vikings, who has 11 years experience. The quarterbacks are even better with Darius Slay, Stephon Gilmore, and Patrick Peterson. Matt Prater has been kicking field goals for 16 seasons, while Thomas Morstead has been punting for about 14 seasons. The first challenge is the passing skeleton minigame. Whichever team finishes with the most points will win this challenge. Starting with the team of rookies, Bryce Young was on fire to start, making consecutive passes to Jackson Smith and Jigba, and one of them being in the end zone. He did not miss a single pass, and the multiplier was up to 7 with 30 seconds left. He then found Addison in the end zone and ran right back to him on the next play to get that multiplier up to 11 and 9,400 points. Unfortunately, he overthrew his receiver, losing the multiplier, but they ended up finishing with 11,474 points, which is going to be really tough to beat. Aaron Rodgers and the team of vets is up next, and he starts off with a nice pass to Thielen. He continued to find his receivers on short throws before throwing a tight window for a touchdown. Unfortunately, on the very next play, his two receivers bump into each other and the defense is able to swat it away, losing their multiplier. After that, Rodgers did all he could to complete passes, but with just 15 seconds left, it might be too late. He was able to get the multiplier up to 8, and on his last attempt, he found Thielen in the end zone, but was only able to get a score of 8,053 points, and the rookies ended up winning the first challenge of this competition. The next challenge is the punt return. The team of rookies is up first, and Devin Achane of the Miami Dolphins was able to return his first attempt for a solid 10 yards. On the next two attempts, he was able to pick up 7 yards, and then he followed it up with another 9 yards for a grand total of 26 points with just 2 attempts left. Tank Dell will take the next 2 attempts, and he's able to fight for 11 yards. And on his final attempt, Dell is not able to make the defender miss, and he picks up 9 yards for a grand total of 46 yards. For Daryl Patterson, will get a chance to show off his kick return skills, and on his first attempt, he's only able to pick up 8 yards. The rookies definitely have an advantage in this competition, especially with their speed. On his next attempt, Patterson gets hit almost immediately, picking up 7 yards. And things got worse for the vets. On his last attempt, he only picked up 4 yards. 19 yards through 3 attempts probably isn't going to be enough. Keenan Allen is next, and he doesn't seem to do much better, only picking up 10 on his first try, and then a measly 4 on his last attempt for a total of 34 yards. The team of rookies are off to a hot start, winning the first 2 challenges, and the vets need to step it up. Next up is the goal line phase challenge, where 3 receivers on both teams go one-on-one with the team's best corner. Bryce Young and Jackson Smith and Jigba are up first, and he throws a pick right into the hands of Darius Slay. But on their very next attempt, he's able to get a step on Slay, and they score a touchdown. Next up is Zay Flowers, and he's able to make a catch, but he was not able to get into the end zone. And on his second attempt, Young completely misses his throw. Quentin Johnston will take the last 2 attempts, and he's able to make the catch. But after reviewing the replay, his knee was down before he got into the end zone, so it doesn't count. And on the last attempt, Young ended up trying to go to his tight end, but it got dropped. And the team of rookies were only able to complete 1 catch in the end zone on 6 attempts. Rodgers and the rest of the vets are next, and on their first attempt, D-Hop is able to come down with it in the end zone. But on his next attempt, Aaron Rodgers completely overthrows his receiver. Next up is Keenan Allen, but Rodgers decides to pass it to his tight end, who was able to come down with it in the end zone, but then misses on the other side. The last 2 attempts are to Adam Thielen, but unfortunately he wasn't able to catch either of them, but that didn't matter since they already won the goal line phase challenge by a score of 2 touchdowns to the rookies 1. The rookies now lead the competition by a score of 2 challenges to the vets 1. Next up, we have the franchise challenge. Whichever team, the team of rookies or the team of veterans, have the best record in their head-to-head matchup will win this challenge. If the 2-game series is tied, the winner goes to the best season record. After simming the week 2 matchup, the vets end up winning 44-16, where Aaron Rodgers threw for 324 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Bryce Young played awful with his passer rating of 37.9, no touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. If the vets end up winning their week 14 matchup against the rookies, they will win the franchise challenge. And they were barely able to sneak out a win in their second matchup by a score of 21-17. The vets went on to win 15 games this season, while the rookies only won 4. Bryce Young was only able to throw for 3,000 yards with 17 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. One positive note here is that Bijan Robinson rushed for over 1,000 yards with 10 touchdowns, but no receiver was able to hit 1,000 yards. Will Anderson Jr. led the rookies with 7.5 sacks, while Devin Witherspoon had 4 interceptions. As for the vets, Aaron Rodgers threw for 4,454 yards with 41 touchdowns, and Murray was able to score 18 rushing touchdowns. Von Miller had a career year with 17 sacks, while Darius Slay has 7 interceptions. The team of vets ended up defeating the Falcons in the divisional round, and then the Eagles by 1 point in the NFC Championship game, and now take on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, Mahomes and the Chiefs ruined the vets season, but Will Anderson Jr. won Defensive Rookie of the Year. The vets end up winning the franchise challenge as they were able to win both matchups, and now the competition is tied at 2. The final challenge is a Super Bowl matchup where we have Bryce Young leading the team of rookies going up against Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the vets. On the first play of the game, Bryce Young throws an interception right into the hands of Shaq Barrett. I have no idea what he was thinking on that play. Aaron Rodgers comes on the field and overthrows Adam Thielen. And on 3rd down, Aaron Rodgers has so much time in the pocket thanks to his O-line and finds Kelsey for the 1st down. And on 3rd and goal, Latavius Murray gets stuffed on the goal line, and the team of vets elect to go for 3, taking the early lead. Bryce Young and the rookie offense struggled to move down the field, but they were able to pick up a big gain thanks to a screen pass to Dalton Kincaid. And in the red zone, Bryce Young finds Jackson Smith and Jigba in the end zone to take the lead. After simming the rest of the 2nd quarter, the vets have a 13-10 lead heading into halftime. This game is much closer than I thought, but early in the 2nd half, Aaron Rodgers takes a huge sack on 3rd down, and now Bryce Young has a chance to take the lead. And he does just that, throwing an absolute laser to Jackson Smith and Jigba to retake the lead. And now Rodgers has one last chance to make the comeback. Rodgers unfortunately throws a costly pick 6 to Christian Gonzalez and end up losing to the team of rookies. With no abilities, the team of rookies was able to win the Super Bowl challenge and more importantly win the entire competition by a score of 3 challenge wins to the veterans 2. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this one, and I think you will too.